What if nothing is actually wrong right now? What if fear often arrives before there's anything to be afraid of? Many of us know that quiet dread that shows up without an obvious cause, whispering, "Oh no," before the day has even begun. One night by the fire, an old man spoke about meeting that voice, not with argument or panic, but with attention and discovering what remains when fear is simply seen. The old man poked at the fire with a stick, sending a small spray of sparks up into the dark. They rose, flared, and vanished like thoughts that didn't know how to stay. The circle around him leaned in closer as the night settled, the forest quiet except for the pop of resin in the logs. Some mornings, he began, voice rough as bark but steady, you wake up already tired. Not from work, from a feeling. Like something went wrong while you were asleep, even if you can't say what. A young woman across the fire nodded. Someone else pulled their blanket tighter. I remember one dawn, the old man continued, when my eyes opened and my body felt wrong. A tightness here. He pressed his palm to his stomach. Not sharp, not screaming, just enough to catch my attention. He paused, letting the fire speak for him. And then he said softly, "The brain did what brains have always done. It ran ahead of me, shouting warnings. What if it's serious? What if this is the beginning of the end?" It's an old storyteller, that one. Knows how to scare a room empty. A low murmur of recognition moved through the listeners. "I've lived long enough to know better than to wrestle that voice," he said. "Arguing with it only makes it louder. Trying to fix it makes it feel important. So instead, I sat still, right there on the edge of the bed, and I observed." He lifted his eyes to the flames. I noticed the body first. Sensations, pressure, tightness, nothing more than what was actually happening. Then I noticed the stories, wild, fast, dressed up as truth. And then I noticed something else entirely. He tapped his chest lightly. The one who was aware of both. The fire cracked, a log shifting inward. I didn't push anything away. Didn't cling to anything either. Just watched, like standing on a hill while a storm passes through the valley below. A boy near the edge of the circle asked, "Did the pain go away?" The old man smiled. "That's the funny part. It didn't matter. Because in that moment, I could see clearly nothing was actually wrong right now. And when something truly is wrong," he added gently, "you go get help. You don't ignore a real fire. But you also don't panic at every spark." He leaned back, letting the warmth soak into his bones. As I stayed with what was real, something old and familiar came back to me, a remembering deeper than fear. We aren't here just to suffer. We're not meant to be bullied by every thought that blows through. The wind brushed the treetops, as if agreeing. Life, he went on, was never meant to be only comfort. We came for the whole thing. Joy and grief, wonder and confusion. The brain likes to stamp some of it bad. Life itself doesn't bother with those labels. He poked the fire again, slower this time. That's when I noticed a part of me I'd been carrying for years. A little guard who never slept. Always alert. Always whispering, "Oh no, oh no." A few people chuckled knowingly. I finally turned toward it instead of away, the old man said, and I realized it wasn't an enemy. It was an old protector. One that helped me survive when I was young and naive. He nodded, as if greeting an old friend. So I thanked it for its service. And I told it the truth. You don't have to run the place anymore. The fire burned lower now, steadier, less wild. Ever notice, he asked the circle, how fear loses its grip when it's seen clearly? Not fought, not believed, just seen. No one answered. They were listening too closely. Now when that oh no voice shows up, he said, I don't jump. I notice. I smile a little, and I let it pass like smoke on the wind. He looked around the circle, eyes bright in the firelight. So when fear comes knocking, and it will, try this. Ask what's actually happening right now. Separate the body from the story. Name the voice without handing it the reins. And stand where you can see it all. The fire settled into glowing embers. Nothing needs fixing in that moment, the old man finished. Awareness does the work on its own. And again, if you're quiet enough to notice, the same truth rises from the ashes. He let the silence stretch, warm and full. All is okay. The embers pulsed once, then dimmed, leaving the circle wrapped in a calm that felt earned, not forced, like something remembered rather than learned.